Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever wondered about, like, the secret sauce behind some of rock's most iconic guitar sounds?
Mhm.
That gritty, punchy, unmistakable distortion that defined an era?
Yeah.
Well, you're in for a treat today. We're about to do a deep dive into a true legend of the music world, the Boss DS1 distortion pedal.
What's truly remarkable, I think, about this particular piece of gear is how one small, bright orange box launched back in 1978.
78, yeah.
It just became an absolute cornerstone for so many different genres.
Hmm.
This isn't just about, a circuit board and some nuns. It's really about its enduring impact on music history and why, after all these decades, it continues to be so relevant.
Absolutely. And our mission today, pulling from a stack of sources, articles, research, even some of your own notes,
Right.
is basically to give you a genuine shortcut to being well-informed about the DS1.
Yeah.
We want to uncover some surprising facts and really help you understand what makes this pedal so enduring. So let's get started.
Okay, diving right in. Its origins. The Boss DS1 distortion, it made its debut in '78.
Right.
Now, this wasn't just, another pedal release. It was a really significant moment
Mhm.
because it marked the very first distortion pedal Boss, the subsidiary of Roland Corporation, ever produced.
The first one.
Yeah. They'd already found success with pedals like the OD1 Overdrive, which was
Mhm.
more about like warm, subtle gain.
Okay, right. The Obi one was softer.
Exactly.
And that's where the strategic pivot really happened, isn't it? While the OD1 offered that softer, maybe more amp-like clipping,
Ah,
the DS1 was a deliberate move. My notes show it was specifically aimed at, like, the burgeoning rock, punk, and emerging metal scenes.
yeah, harder stuff.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
was engineered to deliver a much harder-edged, more aggressive distortion. It came out with a tighter, grittier sound, featuring strong mids and treble.
Yeah, that cut.
Perfect for cutting right through a dense band mix. It really feels like Boss saw a gap and just, boom, filled it.
You're right. And that aggressive character comes directly from its unique circuit design.
Okay.
See, the DS1 isn't just an overdrive with more gain kind of thrown in.
Right, it's not just a souped-up OD1.
No, not at all. It employs a distinct distortion topology that fundamentally sets it apart from both the OD1 and even rivals like, say, the Ibanez Tube Screamer.
Hmm.
It's a full clipping distortion stage designed for a sharp EQ profile and those signature hard-edged harmonics.
So as I was sifting through the technical details, this part really caught my eye. It's clipping topology. It uses silicon diodes, right?
It's silicon diodes.
In what's called a symmetrical hard clipping configuration.
Mhm.
And here's the kicker, the part that makes it so unique, apparently. These diodes are placed after the op-amp gain stage.
That's the key.
Can you explain why that placement is so crucial? Like, what does it actually do to the sound that sets it apart from, say, a tube screamer, which clips within the feedback loop of the op-amp?
That's a great question because it's really central to its voice. Imagine your guitar signal as like a smooth wave, right?
Okay.
When you clip it, you're essentially chopping off the tops and bottoms of that wave.
Oh, it's squashing it.
Yeah. Most overdrives, like a tube screamer, they clip inside a feedback loop. Think of it like a more gentle, rounded cut.
Okay.
Creates a smoother, more compressed kind of distortion. The DS1, by placing its diodes after the main gain stage,
Uh-huh.
it performs a much harder, more abrupt, hard clip.
Ah, okay. More aggressive.
Exactly. This results in a grittier, more intense, and maybe less forgiving sound with a lot more harmonic content.
Yeah.
It's less amp-like breakup and more pedal-driven aggression.
Fascinating. And regarding the op-amp itself, I saw that early models used the Rome BA728N chip.
Yeah, the early Japanese ones.
But over time, Boss transitioned to others like the JRC 4558 and eventually like surface mount variants.
Mm-hmm.
Did those changes significantly alter that distinct aggressive voice you just described? Or was it subtle?
Well, while those changes did subtly alter the tonal characteristics, and some purists swear by the early chips,
Always, yeah.
the essential sound to the DS1 remained remarkably consistent. It's really a testament to the overall circuit design that it could tolerate those component swaps without losing its core identity.
Right.
It kind of points to the architecture being more important than the specific chip, at least for its fundamental character.
And for controls, it's wonderfully straightforward. Just 3 intuitive knobs, right?
Super simple.
Tone, which is a powerful EQ control. really shifts the mid-range response. You can dial in anything from thin and piercing to surprisingly full.
Yeah, they got a wide sweep.
Then distortion takes you from subtle crunch all the way to full-on saturation. And level just sets the overall output volume.
Can't get much simpler.
And it also uses Boss's standard FET-based buffered bypass system.
Right.
So you're always maintaining signal integrity, which is great for long cable runs or big pedal boards.
Definitely. No tone suck when it's off, supposedly.
And of course, power. 9V battery or a Boss PSA-style DC supply. Simple, effective.
And that blend of simplicity and, effective design has allowed it to evolve through several versions over the decades.
Ah, yes. The
Versions. The very first ones from 78 to about 83. Those are the famous silver screw models.
Right, the collectible ones.
Yeah, manufactured exclusively in Japan. You can spot them by that distinct silver thumb screw for the battery compartment.
Okay.
They're highly collectible today, partly for their slightly warmer tone, people say, and the perceived high-quality Japanese manufacturing with through-hole components.
Then, from 83 to 94, we entered the black screw era, still made in Japan, though.
Still Japan.
Boss switched to a black plastic screw and began experimenting with different PCB layouts and component sourcing.
Yes, subtle tweaks.
And around 1990-91, they even started swapping out those original BA728 and op amps for Mitsubishi and JRC models, which is interesting, like we talked about.
Right, the op-amp changes started there.
Mm-hmm.
Then the biggest manufacturing shift came in 1994.
Okay, what happened then?
Production moved to Taiwan, where the DS1 is still manufactured today, actually.
Still made in Taiwan. Wow.
Yeah, and at this point, component miniaturization, including surface mount technology, or SMT,
SMT, right. Smaller parts.
became more common. Smaller components soldered directly onto the surface of the board. But what's fascinating is that despite this, the core circuit stayed nearly identical.
Really? Even with SMT?
Pretty much.
Wow.
While modern units might be noted as slightly brighter and maybe more compressed,
Okay.
they undeniably retain that familiar DS1 character. It shows that even with mass production changes, the fundamental DNA of the pedal really persevered.
And it hasn't stopped evolving there, has it? In 2014, Boss released the DS1X.
Yeah, the X series.
As part of their X series. This one uses digital multidimensional processing, or MDP.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty fancy. What exactly does MDP do to the sound to distinguish it from the classic analog version? Is it totally different?
That's a great distinction to make. Think of MDP as like a sophisticated digital engine. It analyzes your guitar signal in multiple dimensions, dynamics, frequency, harmonics, all in real time.
Okay.
So instead of just hard clipping the signal like the original,
Right.
it intelligently processes these different aspects to create a distortion that's more responsive, more articulate, and often described as more amp-like.
Ah, so less fizzy maybe.
Potentially, yeah. More clarity, even with high gain, which is sometimes a critique of the original for some players. While it aims to maintain the DS1 spirit, it fundamentally is a different animal than that raw, simple analog circuit.
Gotcha. Different technology altogether.
Exactly.
And then, in 2022, Boss finally gave the original DS1 the premium treatment it arguably deserved with the DS1W Wazacraft.
Yes, the Waza version. Took them long enough.
Right. This one's made in Japan again, with premium components. And it also features true bypass. Can you quickly explain what true bypass means, especially compared to the buffered bypass we mentioned for the standard DS1?
Absolutely. So true bypass means that when the pedal is off, your guitar signal completely bypasses the pedal's internal circuit.
Okay, straight wire.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
A direct, uncolored path from input to output. This can be great for tonal purity. Some people really prefer it.
Right.
In contrast, the standard DS1's buffered bypass means your signal always passes through a buffer circuit, even when the effect is off. Now, buffers help maintain signal strength over long cable runs, which is useful.
Yeah, prevents signal loss.
But some purists feel they can subtly color the tone even when off. So the DS1W Wazacraft, offering both modes, is a nod to different player preferences.
And the Waza has two modes, right?
Crucially, yeah. Two distinct modes. Standard, which aims for that classic vintage DS1 tone.
Okay, the original sound.
And Custom, which offers a fatter, warmer, and more amp-like sound. Deeper lows, smoother highs.
Oh, interesting.
It's like having the best of both worlds, really. The classic and a refined version.
So who actually used this little orange box to create legendary sounds? I mean, the list is long, but some names truly stand out.
Oh, yeah. Huge names.
Kurt Cobain of Nirvana famously used a DS1 and sometimes a DS2, its successor, to get that signature fuzzy, kind of lo-fi grunge crunch.
Absolutely iconic. His use really cemented its place in grunge history.
It's fascinating how a pedal that some might call harsh became such a defining element of a whole genre.
Totally. But then you have someone completely different, like Joe Satriani, known for sculpting his superliquid lead tones by running a DS1, often into a clean amp.
Right, using it as the core distortion sound.
Exactly. And he later moved to modified versions, showing how versatile the pedal could be even for, virtuosic players. It highlights how the DS1, despite its raw nature, could be shaped into something incredibly refined depending on the player and their rig.
Steve Vai also endorsed and used the DS1 early in his career.
Yep, early Vai.
And John Frusciante from the Red Hot Chili Peppers used it to push his Marshalls for those bright, cutting lead sounds.
Oh yeah, Frusciante's tone. Definitely hear it there.
Gary Moore, too, had it in his setup during his early hard rock years.
Gary Moore, right.
And the list just goes on. Prince, Mike Stern, Robert Smith of The Cure, Steve Morse.
So many players.
It's been a go-to for players seeking an aggressive, affordable, and just pedal board-friendly distortion for decades.
It really has.
It's almost like the DS1 is the, the Honda Civic of guitar pedals.
That's a pretty good analogy.
Cheap, reliable, and absolutely everyone has tried to mod one in their garage at some point, right?
That's it. That's an apt analogy. This broad appeal, combined with its simple, accessible circuit, is precisely why the DS1 has become one of the most modified pedals in history.
Ah, the modding scene, yeah.
Its affordability and just how many of them are out there made it an incredibly accessible platform for experimentation. While lots of guitarists love its stock tone, which can sometimes be a bit piercing or scooped in the mids.
Yeah, that mid-scoop is a common point.
Many others recognize its potential and look to smooth it out or tailor it for specific applications.
And that gave rise to some legendary modders. Robert Keeley, for example.
Keeley, absolutely.
He's famous for his Seeing Eye mod, right? Designed to smooth out the clipping, boost those often missing mids, and enhance harmonics.
Yeah, the Keeley mods are legendary. Also, Analogman.
Analogman, right. What did they do?
Offers mods that aim to restore maybe more vintage tone, improve dynamics, tame that sometimes harsh treble.
Okay.
It really speaks to the pedal's underlying quality that people felt it was worth investing time and money into modifications.
Totally. And beyond those well-known names, just countless DIY modders and companies like Monty Alums, JHS Pedals.
Oh yeah, tons of mod kits out there.
They've created extensive DS1 mod kits. Common mods include adding a mid-boost, like you said, to address that perceived scoop.
Mid-boost is popular.
Swapping out the silicon diodes for different clipping characteristics. You can use LEDs for a softer clip, maybe germanium for a fuzzier sound.
Yeah, experimenting with diodes is huge. Asymmetrical clipping, too.
Upgrading the op amp for different tonal flavors, reshaping the tone stack to get less treble harshness.
Right, taming the fizz.
And even increasing headroom and volume output. It truly is a tinkerer's delight.
It really is. Shows how an already popular pedal could be endlessly customized.
Yeah, so wrapping this up a bit, what does this all mean for us? We've journeyed from its kind of humble beginnings in 1978 as Boss's first distortion pedal, explored its circuit intricacies and how those specific design choices shaped its sound.
Yeah, the hard clipping.
Traced its various iterations through the years, Silver Screw, Black Screw, Taiwan,
Waza DS1X.
And celebrated its legendary status in the hands of artists as diverse as Kurt Cobain and Joe Satriani. We've even explored that vibrant modding culture that has kept it endlessly adaptable.
Looking at this from, a wider perspective, the DS1 isn't just a pedal. It's really a testament to enduring design, affordability, and the sheer power of a simple, effective tool to shape decades of music.
Yeah.
It embodies that gritty, kind of rebellious spirit of rock, punk, and grunge. And it continues to influence new generations of players because of its raw, honest tone and incredible accessibility.
Right.
It effectively democratized aggressive distortion for a whole generation of musicians who maybe couldn't afford a crank stack.
That's a great point. Made that sound available.
Yeah.
Today, the Boss DS1 remains one of the most popular and best-selling distortion pedals of all time. Still,
Incredible staying power.
From garage stages to sold-out arenas, it has been delivering distortion for nearly 5 decades now.
Almost 50 years.
It's affordable, it's durable, built like a tank, everyone says.
Oh, yeah. Indestructible.
and has an unmistakable tone, whether you love it stock, modded, or in its modern Wazacraft form. Its lasting appeal isn't just the sound, it's that perfect storm of accessibility and bulletproof reliability that made, pro-level distortion a reality for basically every garage band.
So this kind of raises an important question, I think. In an era of increasingly complex, often digital gear, why does a seemingly simple, nearly 50-year-old analog circuit continue to capture the hearts and ears of so many musicians?
Yeah.
What stands out to you about its lasting appeal? And I wonder, will its raw, kind of unfiltered voice continue to cut through the noise of modern effects for another 5 decades?